Have you ever wondered who's going to be the next villain in K-pop Demon Hunter 2? Because at the end, we saw Guimma getting defeated by the Huntrix. So definitely in the next movie, Guimma won't be the main villain. So who will be the next villain? In this video, we will cover up all the theories on who is going to be the main villain in the next movie. Celine. Most people think she's just a side character. But what if I told you she's far worse? So evil that even the demons themselves would fear her. By the end of this video, I promise you'll be 100% convinced. But before we start, who's going to win this battle between Huntrix fans and Saja Boys fans? If you're a Saja Boy fan, then prove it by popping the like button like a soda. And if you're a Huntrix fan, show your Takedown the subscribe button. And if you can't choose because you love them both, then do both. Like and subscribe. And let's dive in. Number 1. Celine ruined Roomie's life. I know that sounds crazy at first, but just hear me out. Celine was the only person who knew Roomie's biggest secret, that she's half demon. No one else knew, not even Roomie's best friends, Mira and Zoe. They fought demons together for years. But Celine? She just sat there, keeping quiet. She could have told them the truth. She could have helped them understand that Roomie isn't one of those evil demons they fight every day. But she didn't. Instead, Celine kept Roomie's secret locked up. Not to protect her, but to control her. She watched Roomie struggle with insecurities, those demon marks, the glowing patterns. And instead of helping, she kept feeding those insecurities. You can literally see it since they were kids. Roomie being uncomfortable, never confident about who she is, and Celine standing there pretending to care. And what happened next? Exactly what Celine wanted. Roomie got caught. Everyone saw the truth. In 4K. Mira and Zoe, her two closest friends, couldn't even look at her the same way. Imagine that pain. Fighting demons your whole life only to realize your best friend is one of them. That was a total crash out. The group broke apart completely. And guess what? All of this could have been avoided if Celine had just told them the truth from the start. If she'd said, Roomie's half demon but she's not evil, everything would have been different. But no. Celine let it happen. She wanted it to happen. So yeah, if you think Celine's innocent, think again. She's the reason Roomie had to live with all of that trauma and forced her to carry all that heavy weight on her chest with no help. And yeah, this is just the start. Celine did things way worse than this. What she did is way darker and straight unforgivable. And trust me, the last one will leave you completely shocked. So stay with me till the end. Now this next part, it's where things start to get dark. Because there's one theory that most people ignore. The idea that Celine killed Roomie's father. We all know one thing. Roomie's dad was never revealed. Not his face, not his name, nothing. The only clue we ever got was that he was a demon. And that's what explains Roomie's demonic powers, right? But if you think about it, maybe the reason we never saw him is because he's been dead all along. And here's where it connects to Celine. Celine carries a deep, burning hatred toward demons. It's all because demons killed her parents since she was a kid, so she feel no mercy on demons. That pain shaped her entire life. And that hatred? It never faded. So imagine how she felt when she found out her best friend, Roomie's mom, was dating a demon. The girl she trained with, laughed with, fought beside, was connected to the very monsters that destroyed her family. Now here's the crazy part. There's a 100% chance that Celine is the one who killed Roomie's father. Think about it. She couldn't handle the idea of her friend being tied to a demon. So in her mind, there was only one way to save Roomie's mom and Roomie, to erase that connection. She didn't care that it would destroy her emotionally. All she saw was a demon who needed to die. And maybe that's why Roomie's father was never shown. Maybe the reason his story was kept in the dark is because the truth is too painful. Because the killer was someone we'd least expect. Celine. Now, of course, it's just a theory, a 50-50 chance. But to be honest, the clues are way too strong to ignore. I'd say there's a 90% chance it's true. And if Roomie's dad ever shows up in the next movie, then yeah, I'll take it back. But until then, this theory stands strong. Number 3. Now let's talk about something no one is talking about. Celine is a liar. She hides more secrets than anyone in the entire series. Even though she barely gets screen time, you can feel it. That quiet, mysterious energy she has. Think about it. Celine never told Roomie anything about her parents. And you can tell every time Roomie brought up her mother or father, Celine would just avoid the topic. change the subject, look away, or act like it's not important.
Patterns?
Cover those up. You only have those because
My dad was a demon.
Why? Because she's hiding something. And here's where it gets darker. Celine didn't just hide the truth, she actually lied to Roomie. She planted that fear in Roomie's head until Roomie started to hate herself for who she was. She 100% lied to Roomie that her father was a bad person and dangerous just because he was a demon, and also told her that demons can't be trusted and being part demon makes her dangerous. And the truth is the completely opposite. Roomie's father wasn't evil at all. If Celine had told Roomie the truth, that her father was a good person, Roomie would have accepted herself. She would have been so proud of who she is because she is a demon just like her dad. But Celine made her believe that her father was a monster, and that makes her a monster too. She took a confused, innocent girl and turned her against her own blood. And now the final and darkest theory of them all. Celine killed Roomie's mom. Yeah, you heard me right. There's a big chance that Roomie's mother didn't just pass away. It might have been Celine's fault. But listen carefully. It probably wasn't on purpose. We all know Celine and Roomie's mom were best friends. There's no way she'd kill her best friend for no reason. But remember what we said earlier? Celine hated demons, especially Roomie's father. So imagine this. Celine goes after him, trying to end him, but Roomie's mom steps in to stop her. The two friends fights, and in that chaos, something goes horribly wrong. One wrong move, one accident, and Roomie's mom is gone. That moment shattered Celine forever. The guilt ate her alive. And that's why she took care of Roomie, not out of love, but out of guilt. Every time she looked at Roomie, she saw her best friend's face, the one she couldn't save. And there's more proof than people think. There's even that deleted scene where Celine is seen cleaning a grave with Roomie standing beside her. Roomie asks whose grave it is, and Celine stays silent. She doesn't say a word. Why? Because she knows if she told the truth, that it's Roomie's mother's grave, Roomie would start asking questions. Questions Celine can't answer without reopening the wound she's been hiding for years. Gilden. On the outside, he looks completely harmless. But what if I told you he's actually a villain? Or even worse, that he might play the biggest villain role in the entire show. I know what you're thinking. Nah. Gilden was just a normal character. But trust me, if you watch this video all the way through without skipping, by the end you'll believe he's not. And the last point is the craziest one. It will 100% convince you. Number 1. Gilden isn't just a normal doctor. He clearly has supernatural powers. Remember when the Huntrix went to his clinic? He didn't ask a single question, just one deep look, and he already knew their exact problem. No checkups, no tools, nothing. That's not human ability, that's demonic power. It proves Han is more than he appears, and possibly a demon in disguise. Number 2. Now here's where things get even darker. When Roomie lost her voice, healer Han gave her a drink.
Tonics are ready!
Claiming it was medicine that would heal her. But later...
Okay, tonics. Let's do this. What?
It turned out that drink wasn't medicine at all. It was just grape juice. Think about that for a second. Why would a doctor lie to his patient like that? A real healer wants their patients to recover. But Han didn't want to help Roomie from the start. Giving her fake medicine proves he had another plan. It shows that his role as a doctor is only to cover his real identity, which is he is a demon. Now this part is where things start to get really suspicious. When the Huntrix went to Healer Han's clinic to fix Roomie's voice, there's a moment before Han even arrives. Roomie is looking at the wall and she notices something strange pictures. At first, they look like normal photos. But when you look closer, most of them are actually the Saja boys. And here's the crazy part. There's even a picture of Han with them. But pay attention. In these photos, the Saja boys still have their normal black hair. This means these pictures were taken before they even turned into demons. So here's the big question. How on earth did Healer Han know them back then? And it gets even crazier. In one picture, he is with baby Saja. Not just that. Also in this picture, he's standing with Romance, Abby, Mystery, and Jinwoo. Jinwoo, I repeat, Jinwoo. Jinwoo is literally over 400 years old. So how could Healer Han possibly know him before he became a demon? The only logical answer is that Han himself is immortal too, or at least a demon who's been alive for centuries, just like Jinwoo. At this point, the evidence are too strong. The photos alone expose that Han is hiding a massive secret, and there's no way out of these allegations. Oh, and hey, if you've made it this far into the video, you're clearly enjoying the theory if you didn't crash the like button till now, so what are you waiting for? Click that like button right now. Done? Alright, let's continue. Let's go back to that same scene in Healer Han's clinic, when Roomie is looking at the pictures. If you look closely, there's a hidden detail most people miss. On every Saja boy's part of the photo, there's a strange sign. At first, it might look normal, but if you remember Jinwoo's backstory, it suddenly makes sense. In the demon contract, you have to sign your name. And that's exactly what Jinwoo did. He signed the contract and became a demon. So if each Saja boy in that photo has their own sign, it means they all signed the contract too, selling their souls to Guimma in order to become demons. But here's where it gets even crazier. If you look carefully, Healer Han has the exact same kind of sign too. That means one of two things. Either Han himself already sold his soul, or even worse, he's the one collecting the signatures. Think about it. What if Han isn't just another victim, but the one responsible for signing in new members, including the Saja boys? That would make him not just suspicious, but directly tied to the rise of Guimma's demons. Now let's step outside the story for a second, because even the casting of Healer Han points to him being the villain. His voice actor is Daniel Day Kim. At first you might think that has nothing to do with it, but it actually does. Why? Because Daniel Day Kim is famous for playing villains. He was the Fire Lord in the live-action Avatar, Mr. Negative in Spider-Man, the villain in Hellboy, and even in Lost he carried that dark energy. This man rarely ever plays a harmless side character. So why would he suddenly take a small background role with barely any screen time in K-pop Demon Hunters? It doesn't add up. The more logical answer is that his character, Healer Han, will eventually get way more screen time on the next parts, and it'll be as the main villain. Right after the Soda Pop performance, the Saja boys go viral. Suddenly, everybody's copying the dance. But here's the weird part. We see Healer Han himself doing the moves. Now think about this. The performance just happened like an hour ago, and already Han is perfectly dancing to their song? That doesn't add up. The only way this makes sense is if Han already knew what song the Saja boys would perform. Otherwise, how would he learn the dance instantly? And let's be real. Why would a grown doctor even care about recording himself for a brand new idol trend? That's not random. That's connection. This moment is basically telling us Healer Han isn't just some outsider. He's tied in way too close with the Saja boys. And that closeness is exactly the kind of thing you'd expect from the main villain hiding in plain sight. Here's something that almost no one is talking about, but once you hear it, you won't be able to unsee it. In most animated movies and shows, when the evil is finally defeated, the ending always makes sure to show every single character who appeared, even the minor ones with barely any screen time. It's like a final roll call of everyone who was part of the story. But in K-pop Demon Hunters, something very strange happens. After defeated and everything went fine, we couldn't see Healer Han ever again. Coincidence? I don't think so. This actually sets up one of the craziest theories in the whole show. What if Healer Han and Guimma are not two separate people at all, but the same person in different forms? Think about it. Han was already suspicious. The fake medicine, the strange photos, the demonic signs. If all of that was pointing to him, then it makes sense that when Guimma was defeated, Han also disappeared. So well, here's why Healer Han might not just be a side character. From the fake medicine to knowing the Saja boys before they were demons, to disappearing right when Guimma was killed, everything points to him being way more important than we think. So what do you think? Is Healer Han the final boss of the story? Is he actually the Demon King hiding in plain sight? Or maybe he is Guimma himself, just in another form. Or even crazier, maybe he's a high-ranking demon, the one responsible for signing new members into the contract. Drop your thoughts in the comments because this theory could change everything we thought we knew about K-pop demon hunters. Everyone thinks baby Saja is just an innocent kid. Cute, quiet, harmless. But what if I told you he's actually the main villain hiding in plain sight? Yeah, the same baby Saja you've been defending might be the one pulling all the strings behind the scenes, and he is the one who's going to be the main villain in K-pop Demon Hunters 2. Don't believe me? Just watch this video till the end and you will be 100% convinced. And the last point will leave you all completely shocked. Number 1. Think about baby Saja and Guimma. They're like a finger and its nail, always connected. In the whole movie, Guimma seems to only interact with Jinu, right? But if you watch closely, his real bond is with baby Saja. Look at the Your Idol song stage performance. Guimma barely reacts when the other Saja boys singing. But the moment baby Saja steps on stage, everything changes. Guimma erupts with energy, fire, hype, like the lyrics themselves are charging him up. You see, Guimma's attention, his excitement, it's all for baby Saja, not Jinu. This is no coincidence. And now since Guimma was defeated in the movie, it's clear what's coming next. Baby Saja won't be a just side character in the part 2 of the movie. He's stepping up and taking the lead. He's ready to be the main villain in the next movie, and maybe even avenge his boss, Guimma. Number 2. Okay, this might sound crazy, but baby Saja was actually the leader of the Saja boys all along and not Jinu. And there's a lot of evidence that proves this. First, just look at his appearance. While the other Saja boys wear serious, intimidating clothes, baby Saja wears a simple sweater. He's the only one with a different eye color, and the only one without earrings. It's subtle, but it stands out. These small differences aren't random. They show he's different from the other Saja boys. He's not just another member. He's the one in charge. And here's the real proof. When the Saja boys fight, baby Saja literally does nothing. All the work, all the fighting is done by the others. He just watches, calm, in control. That's how you know he's commanding them. Every move the group makes, every attack, it's under his command. Baby Saja isn't just part of the group, he is the group, and that makes him the most dangerous one among them. The silent, invisible leader, the one everyone underestimates, and if you still don't believe how strong he is, remember the drinking hot sauce challenge. Every single Saja boy failed. Everyone except Goo Goo Gaga. He didn't even flinch, didn't even feel a thing. It was like he just drank water. That's how you know. He's not just the leader. He's the strongest, the one who dominates. One of the most interesting things about baby Saja is that he almost never talks. In fact, he only says one sentence in the entire movie.
Goo goo gaga.
The rest of the time, we only hear his voice when he raps or sings. And even then, his voice is deep, strong, and commanding. Exactly the kind of voice you'd expect from a big villain. While everyone else is talking or reacting, baby Saja stays completely silent. At first, it might seem like he's shy or just quiet, but that's exactly the trick. His silence is part of what makes him so powerful. He doesn't need words to control the group. His presence alone is enough. Every move, every decision, every fight seems to happen under his watch without him saying a thing. His quietness hides his intentions, makes him unpredictable, and lets him see everything without anyone noticing. That's why no one suspects him. And that's why, when the time comes, he can step up as the villain without anyone realizing it until it's too late. Baby Saja proves that sometimes silence speaks louder than words. And that's the exact reason fans believe he's going to be the main villain in part 2. Every great villain starts with mystery. The quiet type who watches everything, waits, and strikes when no one expects it. Baby Saja fits that perfectly. His deep voice, his calm attitude, and the way he observes everyone prove he's not done yet. The silence isn't the end of his story. It's just the beginning of something much darker. Have you noticed how the Saja boys always protect baby Saja, no matter what happens? Even if it means putting their own lives on the line. In one scene, when the Huntrix girls were about to start a fight, we can clearly see the others carrying baby Saja and running away to keep him safe. They don't let him fight, they don't even let him get touched. And if you look closely at how they move, it's like their main goal is to make sure nothing happens to him. Then again, in the final battle, the same thing happens. Every single Saja boy acts as a distraction, pulling the enemy's attention just so baby Saja can escape. It's almost like they were trained to protect him above everything else. That kind of loyalty doesn't come from friendship. It comes from leadership, from fear, or from knowing who truly holds the power. So maybe baby Saja wasn't just their teammate. Maybe he was the one giving the orders all along, the one everyone was secretly serving. Unlike the other Saja boys, baby Saja doesn't get distracted by the Huntrix girls at all. Look at Jinu. He has feelings for Roomie. Mystery, on the other hand, has feelings for Zoe. And Romance and Abby, both of them have feelings for Mira. But baby Saja, he's completely alone. Throughout the entire movie, he doesn't show any interest in any girl. Does that make him gay? Probably not. It's actually part of what makes him so dangerous. Love, feelings, distractions, they don't exist for him. He stays completely focused on his goals, his plans, and nothing else. That's exactly the kind of mindset a main villain needs. Someone who can't be distracted, someone who will stop at nothing to achieve what they want. He stays completely focused on his plans and his next move. That's why he's so different from the others, and why he's ready to rise as the main villain in the next movie, so we should be prepared for the plot twist in K-pop Demon Hunters 2. At the end of the movie, during the final fight between Guimma and the Huntrix girls, everything was pure chaos. It was one of the most intense battles in the entire film. Everyone was fighting for their lives. We can see Mira killing Abby in that scene, and Jinu dying while protecting Roomie. One by one, every Saja boy was either defeated or died, but the real question is, what happened to baby Saja? If you look closely, while everyone's attention was on the main battle, baby Saja was behind Zoe, quietly trying to escape. And guess what? He actually did. There was no single sign of baby Saja after that. No scene of him getting hit, no body, nothing. He just disappeared completely. But if you slow down the clip, you can spot Mystery right next to him, creating a distraction so baby Saja could run away safely. This wasn't an accident, it was planned. Mystery knew exactly what he was doing. And baby Saja? He was smart enough to use the chaos to disappear without anyone noticing. That means only one thing. Baby Saja is still out there, alive and free. And if you think about it, who better to take revenge for Guimma and lead the next generation of villains than him? So yeah, baby Saja is coming back. And this time, he's not hiding anymore. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like and watch this video right here. I'm sure you will love it.